What's up, everybody? It is your boy here, Controversy, and today, guys, we're gonna be reviewing Eminem's music to be murdered by. Let's get to it. All right, so first off, I have to comment on the production. I think it was great, solid work by Dr. Dre, man. If you compare this to Revival, there's definitely a significant improvement, but I'm gonna speak on Revival at another time. So, like I said, the production is great. But Eminem's definitely being repetitive. I mean, in songs like Never Love Again, he talks about his drug addiction, which is something he's already talked about. I was kind of expecting, when an artist releases an album, you kind of expect new content, new subjects, new themes that they talk about. For Eminem, that wasn't the case for Never Love Again. I did like the song, I did like his flow, but I've kind of already heard enough of his drug addiction. Yes, I did almost kill him, and I'm grateful that he survived that. But he already kind of talked about that in albums like Relapse, and Recovery, and I just kind of I'm like tired of hearing that. I kind of thought I was expecting, with every song I was expecting something new. That was in Seen and Never Love Again. Um, you know but repetition, Eminem definitely needs to not talk about his drug addiction anymore. He already talked about it. I don't want to hear any more of that. And then we have Stepdad. Stepdad. I liked this song, but I just kind of have a problem with Eminem's flow. I mean, when he talks about his stepdad, he's like, "Why my stepdad?" Like, I'm just, oh my god, like, he sounds really immature here. He sounds like a whining little kid, and I just kind of like this song can definitely get annoying after a while. But yeah, Stepdad, I feel like not your best work, Eminem. It's not your best work, that song was not needed. It was just immature. I mean, he's talked about his stepdad too before in the past, and that's like another repetitive thing. Eminem really needs to learn to not be repetitive, just kind of start talking about new things. You have Darkness, great song, definitely conscious. I love how in the end Eminem compares himself to the current situation. Like, it's like no matter what's going on with him in his life, he's, at the end of the day, he has to go out on stage and be Eminem. He has to stay strong for his fans. I like that. To me, it's kind of like a waste of potential, because I feel like Eminem could have maybe elaborated a lot more on the topic of gun control and how we can sort of, impede gun violence. I definitely would have loved to see more of that. Like, I would love to see Eminem's, like, not political views, because he's already shown that in Revival. Like, it would be cool to see, what does he think about that? I just feel like he could have elaborated a lot more on that, put a lot more emphasis. But yeah, it's a good song. I love the self-conscious side Eminem's taking to this. I feel like he could have elaborated more on this, in my opinion, but yeah. And then we have songs like which one is it? Oh yeah, it's Those Kind of Nights. This song is really, it's kind of annoying. Like, I mean, it's good, but like, there's a certain, I feel like Eminem's revealing too much in this song. I mean, he has himself like, "This beat's taking me back to my 12 days," and it's like, I feel like maybe he shouldn't have talked about that, because he's already talked about kind of like, his party days. Those Kind of Nights is like the same thing as Drug Ballad in a way, because in Drug Ballad from his 2000 album, he's talking about getting drunk, popping pills or whatever. And this song is, he's kind of talking about the same thing, except going to party. But one part that's really annoying is when he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, those iPods on my lawn, I'm on my lawn to him." Like, it's just, when his voice gets like that, I find that really annoying. First of all, I feel like, no, it's just really annoying. That's a song that definitely gets annoying after a while, in my opinion. So but not really a fan of that one. And then Ed Sheeran is just, like, his hook. I'm not saying the hook is good, but after a while it gets annoying. I just feel like, I mean, If you wanna go hard tonight, smoke a bottle around me. Like it's good, but it just gets annoying after a while. Like this song is like Stepdad. There's some songs that just get annoying after a while. I feel like Eminem experimented way too much with his flow on that one. It definitely gets annoying, but um then we got songs where Eminem is lyrically amazing as always in songs like You Gon' Learn, um yeah, yeah, and I definitely have to give a shout out to Eminem, for the Busta Rhymes inspired vocals from his 1996 album, The Coming, which is Busta Rhymes' debut. I have to give a shout out to that. I loved it. Um, First of all, Eminem's wordplay in this one, it's like better hope an ambulance is en route. Combustion explosion as soon as I pull the pin out. I am the Sanasade Ando Lando Ronda. I don't even know, man. I can't keep up with Eminem's lyrical acrobatics. First of all, big applause for that, man. I definitely Yeah Yeah is definitely a song that I enjoyed a lot. You have top-notch lyricists like Royce da 5'9", you got Black Thought, you got Q-Tip with the hook. First of all, I'm not even gonna say how amazing the Q-Tip was on the hook, because Q-Tip killed that hook, man. Shout out to Q-Tip, man. Definitely, I love that, man. That hook, I swear, man. Yeah, but Yeah Yeah is definitely one of my favorite songs, man. And then we got Marsh. I feel like the beat, Marsh, and it's a good song, but I just feel like I don't know. There's something about I don't like. I think it's either the beat. I feel like the beat is just too childish. I don't know. I just feel like the beat is just not. I don't know. There's something about that song I don't like. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Eminem's flow. Maybe I don't know. Then we got "Lock It Up" by Anderson .Paak. Man, I'm telling you, man, this is Anderson .Paak, man. Definitely a great artist, man. I'm telling you, the features. First of all, they're hands down. Don Toliver, Anderson .Paak, Q-Tip. Like I'm like I'm glad that Eminem used those artists for the hook, because they definitely killed the hooks, man. They killed the hooks. Like I constantly found myself humming Don Toliver's hook in No Regrets, screaming out no regrets, like, and also Q-Tip's hook on Yeah Yeah, man. Like my air so original. Like, good job on the hooks, Eminem. Good job on the hooks, man. And then we got I Will, with the eerie sort of dark beat. I love that, it gave it a Halloween feel. One thing I do have to comment on is, we got also audio from Alfred Hitchcock, which is an inspired Alfred Hitchcock. Um, you know, but one thing that's kind of off about the album is called Music to Be Murdered By. I mean, and in this song Premonition, the intro, the audio, if you like listen to the audio, it's you hear a woman screaming as she's being stabbed to death. Based when I first heard that, I was like, okay, so this album's gonna be kind of like dark, a lot of violence involved, a lot of horror. It's gonna be these type of albums. It's kind of like horrorcore. Well, from my interpretation of it, I thought it was gonna be a horrorcore album, but as soon as you kind of listen to the tracks and get all the way down to the bottom of the album, you don't really see Eminem elaborating at all on the horrorcore themes, or like you don't see Eminem talk at all about violence, or death, or horrorcore in any of the songs. As like when you get down to the bottom of the album, you don't see Eminem talk about that, and that's where and I feel like Eminem didn't really stick to the theme of the entire album, because he kind of painted a picture of, okay, this is gonna be like a violent album, like based on like the fucking audio of Premonition in the beginning. But yeah, Eminem also didn't stick to like the concept of the album, But yeah, I mean, and overall, I think it's a great album. It's definitely a triumphant return from Revival, in my opinion. And you can tell that Eminem still hasn't forgiven MGK. He still holds, even a year after their beef, he still doesn't like him. I mean, he dissed him in this album. I can't remember which song it was, because I think it was You Gon' Learn. But I mean, oh yeah. Oh no, it was in the song yeah, where he's like, bitch, I fucked the rap game, had the prenup ready, bitch had it, gave me a baby, we named him Machine Gun Kelly. That's, and you know, I'm like, yeah, he still hasn't gotten over MGK, I guess, you know. But it's interesting because in Kamikaze, Eminem was like going at the rap game. He was going at the state of hip hop, going at, like, you know, the young sort of new school rappers. But then in this album, you see him collaborating with a lot of new acts, a lot of young and acts that are in the rap game right now in the new school genre, such as Young Ma. You have him collaborating with Juice World, Don Tolliver, Anderson .Paak. And you know, that's what I find interesting. It's like he criticized basically the state of hip hop, new school rap 2 years ago, and then you see him collaborating with these acts. It's really interesting, really interesting. So I feel like that's like, I feel like he didn't stick to his word, you know, that he said all the rappers were trash, Kamikaze, and he see him collaborating with a lot of new acts in this album. All right, but overall, I'm gonna give my rating of this album. Overall, I think it was a great album, great production from Dr. Dre, great features in my opinion. I just feel like some songs were kind of annoying, some songs were repetitive. You know, he's already talked about his drug addiction, his stepdad, and his childhood. You know, that's repetitive. I'm gonna give this album a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 because of the great production from Dr. Dre, amazing lyricism from Eminem as always, great wordplay, punchlines, everything is just perfect. One thing I would, the sort of cons of this album is, one, he didn't really elaborate on the sort of dark and the violent theme he kind of painted in the beginning of the album. He didn't really elaborate on that. He didn't really stick to that theme. Number two, he didn't really go in deep in, like, you know, in darkness and express his views on, you know, gun violence and how gun control should be important. I feel like maybe the album would have been like a lot more important if he done that. And just, you know, I feel like he shouldn't be as repetitive. I mean, I've already heard about his drug addiction and relapse. He's already talked about his life story, his terrible stepfather, you know, and his dad, who, rest in peace, was never there, you know, when he was a kid. I just feel like if Eminem maybe be a lot more creative and how we find ways how we cannot be repetitive in talking about these things, we can definitely see great projects from Eminem in the future. Yeah. But like I said, guys, 7 out of 10 for me. Great album, you know. I love Eminem. And yeah, tell me what you guys thought of this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and comment down below on what you think of this album. Peace.